Hi everyone, welcome to Get Ready with me, Louise. And we are very much looking like a clown today. Yes, I agree. I'm not sure where this went wrong, but you know you're always told to trust the process. So I just kept going with it. And I'm not really sure where it went wrong, but we went wrong. Now, the lip does not go with the eye look. The eye look doesn't go with the rest of it, and the eye look is awful. I'm not gonna lie, it's just plain awful. The lip's not bad if you took the eye out of it, you know what I mean? But really, I just need to put a big red dot on my nose and call it a day and go about my day, because this is awful, and the fact that I have to wear this now for the rest of the day really sucks. But maybe you can help me on where I went wrong. Decisions were made. They were wrong. They were wrong. That's all I can say. So, let's get started. First, the lip is Kylie Cosmetics in the color Jordy. I actually like this lip. It's not bright pink, but it's not red. It's like a really pinky red. You know what I mean? So I do actually like this color if I had to wear a brighter lip. I don't think it necessarily goes with the look nor the season, but I don't mind the lip. I found it. I just tried it out. But let's go ahead about underneath of it. I'm wearing what it was. That's a liquid lip, by the way. The Jordy is, but I had put this one to sort of like while I was doing my makeup, so my lips are still glossy because of that. The waterline, I used ColourPop Kicker. Okay, so what I decided to do was I was going to give another round to the Melt and the Nightmare Before Christmas collection, hence the look. I am wearing this highlighter today. I really do. If there's anything out of this collection, it's the highlighter, y'all. I mean, not only is the embossing to this thing beautiful, the packaging is nice, the color is nice even, to be honest. The palette, I love the way it looks. I think it is so cool. Like, I do like it. I like the mirror to it. I like this packaging. I really do. It's different, unique, but yet it's still, when you look at it, you think of Melt. You know what I mean? The first look I did with this, I didn't mind it. I liked it. I thought it looked okay. Was it outside my comfort zone? Absolutely. But I told you I'd go back into those blues because I wasn't for sure on them. And I'm not comfortable with blues anyway, unless there is a color to go with it, a skin tone color to go with it, is what I have come to realize about myself. But that doesn't offer that in here, so I went with a leap of faith, hoping it would turn out well. Things did not go well. Generally with Melt palettes, half of it goes with one look, half of it goes with another. Now you can mix and match all you want, but if you generally look at a Melt palette, that is the way it is set up. Great, helps me because I'm not a makeup artist. I am no good at makeup, okay? Clearly, we can tell this, okay? So let's get started. The first shade we're going to go into is Ragdoll. And maybe I went wrong because maybe I should have paired these 4 shades together and not these 2, but I decided to go with these 5. I don't know why. This is what we went with though. So we're going to go into Ragdoll first. What? Ragdoll. I look like a rag dog. Let's go. Now, first off, this is a very light shade, right? I mean, it looks light, right? I'm not losing my mind. So, obviously, I figured if I'm going to see it, we're going to have to build it up, which is fine. No big deal. But I started out like this, basically. I ended up having to go back in quite a few times, as you can see, trying to blend. I'm not for sure which shade went wrong, to be honest, or if they all just went wrong, or if I just went wrong. I'm not for sure, but I can say that I always go in with a light hand with Melt shadows because they are so pigmented and bold and usually grungy looking that I just go in with a light hand for my own sanity. Somehow I lost it. I went rogue. We're going to go into Shriek now. Next darkest shade. And what I did with this was start to just darken up the outer portion here. Now, I think this is where it went wrong. And I don't know if it's the shade, the brush, or what. The primer is my MAC Soft Ochre. So that's the primer I pretty much always use. I mean, it's usually either that or Painterly. But it's always the Paint Pots. And I don't ever have problems. But then I'm wondering, is it because it's blue? So, as you can see, I'm hoping you can see, it's like not adhering to certain areas. So we're blending. Now, I don't know, I'm thinking, and this is where I think I may have got in trouble on this eye. Some shades you have to pat on, right? Put it where you want it and then blend. Now, I think that's where I went wrong on that eye, because I don't think that's what I should have did. I think I got too much, and then there was nowhere to blend except up, obviously. So I am trying to be a little bit different on this eye. Learn from mistakes, y'all. We gotta learn. And that tends to be what happens, you know what I mean? But this eye, I'm not seeing it as bad as this eye. This eye had a lot of patchiness. Well, you may be able to still see, like, right in the middle there. It's not sticking right. I don't know if you can see it or not. I'm going to throw the brush. Now, this eye, it looks like it's sticking to where it needs to stick so far. But it still looks like right there it's not. And I think that's where I went wrong, because what I done was I went back in and started to tap it where I wanted the color to be, and then blend it. I don't know. Let's keep going. We'll see where I go wrong, because it's gonna go wrong again. I can already see. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go into the Mare. And I'm going to run that under the lower lash line, actually. Because I had to take another. I couldn't do an all blue look, y'all. I just couldn't. Didn't feel good about it. So I had to bring in a purple to somewhat make it me. I didn't realize it was going to get out of hand, though. So really, this whole look doesn't feel like me at all, but we're just going with it at this point. Like, I have no options at this point but to wear this look. But what I'm trying to figure out is it me, or is it the blue shadows that it, you know what I mean? And that's what I've come to realize about shadows, color stories, that if they're not your color story, in order to feel comfortable in it, you gotta somehow make it yours. And blues were not my favorite color, and I didn't like them at all. They scared the crap out of me. But pairing it with a neutral shade really did give me a little bit of confidence in wearing a blue, right? But then I'm thrown back to this, and I'm like, is it me? Is it my eye? Like, I'm not seeing it? Or is it a bad blue? Or does it look perfectly fine and it's just me? Because I don't think this looks perfectly fine. I really don't. So I don't think it's that. Or I do think it's that. Like, I think it looks bad. I don't think it's just me. I think that looks bad. Alright, let's go into Ooze. And again, I'm going to put it in the corner and just sort of darken up this outer. See, now that does not go on good. And this is a Sigma brush. It's a the baby one, an E25. Now, I love my Sigma brushes, so I know it's not this brush. I use this brush, right? Do you see how, like, is it me? Where is that not going on right? Okay, maybe it could be the brush with the shadow. Like, maybe the shadow doesn't like these brushes. There was no way, nobody could have paid me enough to put my Rephr brushes in these blues, because I'm too scared that it would stain the bristles. So that wasn't going to happen. I have a feeling that this could very well stain these bristles, and it will irritate me to no end if it does, but obviously I had to use a brush, and I needed a smaller one so I could get in there because I have hooded eyes. Okay, so are you seeing what I'm seeing? Like, we got the patchiness. It's not sticking right. And again, it could be me. Like, obviously I'm not a makeup artist, but I just feel like you don't have to be in order to make shadows work. I've made blue shadows work before using the Glam Light palette, you know, that had blues in it. I made it work. Hence why I started liking blues, was because of that palette. Like, I really liked the way that look came out. But then there's this, and it's like, I don't like the way this look came out. And again, maybe it's just the color combo. I don't know. I need help, y'all. I need help. We're going back into Shriek. Like, I don't know where the mistake... Well, I know where the mistakes were made. First off, the color. I chose the wrong colors. But I don't really know how else to choose the colors either. And this is how it got blown out, because I went back and forth between these shades, trying to blend them, and then it all just sort of went higher and higher and higher. Even though this side's not looking as bad as this side yet. Give it time. I'm sure I'll get it there, though. I have no doubt. I just don't know. And I'm not gonna lie, I thought it'd go this way because I'm just not a blue person. So I really did figure this is the way this was going to go. But at the same time, I was really hoping it worked out for me. We're going to go into Gone Again, this orange shade, I guess. And I'm going to start to lay it down all over the lid. And again, maybe it's the orange, this particular shade, that is throwing it off too. Maybe I should have went with Mausoleum on the lid instead of this one. But then I was scared that it would be even more blue and it would just really throw me into a tizzy, because blues just aren't my thing. And I have to say that the shadows, I mean, I would think performed well. It's me doing it, because I really did enjoy this side when I created the look, but somehow, some way, I don't know. We're going to go into Oogie Boogie. And I'm going to put that on my inner corner. That's a pretty yellow too, and I ain't even a person that likes yellow. But that is a pretty color right there. And again, I think it goes good with the orange. And maybe it's just the blue that is throwing me completely off, and it's like, actually, the look's fine, it's just me type of thing. I don't know. We're going to go into Bone Daddy now, this purple. And I'm going to line the top lash line and lower lash line with it. Actually, this side is not as bad as the other side, to be fair. So maybe it was me putting too much color and then blending too much. But at the same time, I feel like they were patchy. And that's why I kept adding the color. I don't know if this is worth it, to be honest. I said I like the palette because at least half the shades I like. And to be fair, even if I took out the blues, the 3 mattes, like the rest of the palette, I do like the orange. And I really think it might go good with the purples. But when you're spending that kind of money, like if you got it at a discount, then sure. Or if you really just like the movie, then sure. But if you're getting it for the whole palette, then I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. Because I struggled. I'm going to go back into the mirror again to blend the lower lash line with the blues, in which I kind of figured I would because I'm not a makeup artist. So I guess to each their own, really, on whether this collection is worth it for you. I have issues anyway with melt shadows, I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, they are very pigmented, very grungy. There's very few palettes that actually I can work with. I feel like they're definitely not a beginner friendly type of shadow. Any of their shadows. Like, I feel like you better have some sort of experience working with eyeshadow, or maybe good tools even, to use their palettes. Or that's your initial look to begin with. Like, if you like the grungy look, that is your look, then these shadows might be, because you would be used to playing with that type of shadow, where I'm not. I'm much more into brighter shades, and I like color, but in a brighter way. I will say this side did turn out much, much better than the other side. So I am going to chalk it up to that it's me and not the shadows because of that. If they would have came out the same, I would have said 50-50. It definitely could have still been me, but at the same time, you know, the shadows were giving me issue. But because this eye turned out somewhat better a little bit, I'm going to say it's my fault, and that I just don't know how to use these shadows. But with that said, I don't think this is a beginner friendly brand. But I do like playing with the purples. I think they performed beautifully, and I didn't have any trouble out of them. So if I'm to use this palette, I think I would just stick with that. Skip these blues, unless I'm using just one, and layering it under the lower lash line or something to bring in a color if I wanted to. You know what I mean? That'd be about the extent of my use with the palette. I don't think this look looks good. Again, that's a me thing. And it very well could be a my fault thing. So, but you all saw from beginning to end how it performs, so it's up to you. I would highly say that if you're a beginner in makeup, to skip it. Buy the highlighter. It's amazing. It really is. I love the highlighter. Like, I just think it's completely beautiful in packaging. The embossing is beautiful. The color is beautiful. It does definitely enhance my texture, but I also kind of put it on pretty heavy handed this time. If you do a more lighter hand and then pat it in with like a beauty blender or something, it's not as bad, but it still will show texture in a way that you may not want. So keep that in mind though with the highlighters. But overall, I don't like this look. I just don't. So that's just my opinion, and that's just my skill level and all that said. So if you like it, I love that for you. I love the fact that you can make blues work, because I really want to. Like, I'm really wanting to, but this ain't it. This ain't working for me. But I do like the packaging. I am still glad I got it, just because I did, like I said, I really did like the first look a lot. And out of the shadows, I mean, there could be 3 that just I don't use. Definitely 2 of the blues, the darker blues, aren't going to be something I'm going to use. But that's okay as long as I use the rest. I can live with that. It's not my favorite. I don't like to not like the palette in whole. But 1 or 2 shades, I can live with that. Especially since it's got really cute packaging too. You know what I mean? But let me know. Did you guys get this? Did you like it? Did you have any issues with it? Or did it perform well? And I'm just a beginner and need more experience. And that very well could be it. So, but if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, hit all. That way you're notified when I upload. I upload every day but Sunday unless there's newer launches. And I will see you in the next one. Until then, stay safe and stay healthy. Bye.